Hello, viewers. I'm SB,
And I'm Amabel.
and welcome back to Amabel Goes to Forex School, Civilization 6, episode, I don't know what, episode 13-ish, I think. Lucky number 13, where we're closing in on the end of the game. We are in the late game proper
Okay.
here, I would say. At the moment, the science victory is kind of nothing. You can see here, Mansa Musa is actually working on his Earth satellite. So he's starting, he's thinking about it. He is many turns away from finishing the thing. The culture victory is continuing apace. We don't actually really have to do that much. If we just keep prodding this number up, the thing is just gonna happen. And to be clear, I do think that we would win our culture victory without taking out Menelik. I think that
Yeah.
we will just overpower him as our number keeps going up. But this is a little bit of insurance in case he manages to generate like so much value from his rock bands or whatever. And also, I know you're interested in seeing more of the war mechanics. This gives us a little bit more to do instead of sitting in our turns and just sitting in our country and just hitting next turn over and over again. Technically, Menelik's winning the domination victory, but obviously he's a very long way away from actually getting that. The religion victory has essentially completely stagnated. This is not a real thing to think about. And the diplomatic victory has us on 15 points without ever really trying very hard. And I do think there's some significant chance that this is actually how the game's going to end.
Okay.
But as you saw previously, anytime we get close, the other AIs are going to they're going to unite against us and try to stop us. So maybe not. Maybe it won't happen. In any case, we were starting to try to establish a beachhead here, and then he ran down just so many units, not better units than ours, but so many units compressed tightly into hexes. So that's the thing we have to deal with now. Also, the World Games is running, worth paying attention to. It is some tourism, it is some diplomatic victory points. We would have to build some more entertainment park districts and water park districts, build stadia and aquatic centers in them. Who knows? Maybe we'll try to participate in this in a meaningful way. Maybe.
So I have an end game question for you.
Hit it.
Is it always a zero-sum game where one player, like, you wouldn't be able to share victory with someone to get them off your back through some kind of alliance or something?
You can't. I don't remember how Allied Victory works in this one. In most 4X games, that's like a setting
Okay.
that you can enable or disable the ability for games to result in victory for more than one player. Where's my terrifying? Here we go. My terrifying missile cruiser armada, which is the heart of the whole thing we're doing over here. I want this this destroyer with the modern Great Admiral to be nearby. They're going to travel as a unit.
Yeah. It's really something I'm familiar with, like in multiplayer board games where, you want to avoid the bucket of crabs / runaway bash the leader problem.
Mm-hmm.
So,
with this river protecting us here, us having the extra firing distance from the drone, because the tanks move fast, but they won't be able to cross the river quickly. I mean, I guess this tank will be able to roll up here pretty quickly. I don't know. It's a little dangerous for us to stick around because these are tank armies, and so they have this like 100-point base combat strength. But I do really want to harass their artillery because it's the only way they're getting through Singapore's walls so quickly. And I would love to not lose Singapore. Not that I particularly care about this land belonging to, us or an ally, but I am enjoying this suzerain bonus, and we will lose it if they go down. We're also pulling aluminum and niter from them every turn because we're their suzerain, and I want those resources.
yeah.
We are not in a good place. I think with this tank, we do need to withdraw for the moment. In friendly territory, we would, in theory, have the ability to upgrade to modern armor now, and I think I think we can do that in allied territory. I don't believe we would heal. I think if I back up to here and purchase the upgrade, I think we will immediately get exploded.
Okay.
So I'm going to jump in the water and try to sail around to a safer location here.
Okay. Tank in the water.
Yeah,
It was very funny to take us in the water.
it is. It's very
I-
funny that the
I-
tank is in the water. You're adorable. All right, hold on. Our mechanized infantry. Do we have the research for the thing that this grows into, or am I acquiring it soon? Upgrades from okay. Is this the top of its line? Promotion class melee?
Probably. I mean,
I mean,
mechanized
you
infantry
say
is
probably like that's obvious, but there is like there is science fiction stuff in this game. You know what? I am going to make
Okay.
landfall.
Well, I
They
look
do
forward to
go
that.
past the line of our current reality.
Has that always been the case for the series?
You know, I don't know about always, but it has been the case for at least the last couple. Civ 5 had some near future stuff in it for sure. Do we want to put together a seaport right now, or do we want to just keep building units? I think we want to take the time to build the seaport. It makes us so much more efficient at pounding out the big armadas and stuff. And it may seem kind of silly to spend like almost all of our effort on things that aren't our victory type,
I
but
am willing to serve my country.
there's not that much to do for our victory type at this point in the game.
Yeah.
You're waiting for that museum to finish. Vincent, just go to sleep. This skirmisher, in theory, can be upgraded to a special ops unit at some point and then run over there. But I might just leave him here on on rock band duty.
Okay, that's
You know,
very funny.
For the moment, just hang out and hunt down enemy rock bands. Fascist rock bands need skirmishing.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if they respond to me establishing on the beach or if they keep focusing on Singapore. Wow. Okay, they did way more damage to that than I thought they were going to do. Holy hell. I refuse this peace deal. I'm not done fighting you.
It's so weird that rock bands are the thing. Because,
A Category 4 hurricane is forming pretty near our coastline.
that's not great.
Yeah, I don't really know what to make of. Like, I don't know what we can do about that. I don't know if there are realistically hatches to batten down. We have range to start hitting this city, so I'm going to. I do not think it is worth throwing our mechanized infantry at it. Our mechanized infantry is just playing defense right now. The drone can get over here and hang out. So we don't know. Okay, right. Yeah, this. I was like, we'll get on shore, and then we'll upgrade, right? But this is no longer friendly territory. This is no longer my allies' territory.
Hmm.
Sure. Link up with the drone for vision's sake. The destroyer armada, unfortunately, cannot do anything of value over here. Our attack's it's a little weird. So when I put you on land, okay, it didn't give me the ability because getting on land immediately spends all of your movement. I don't think we're going to be able to combine this turn,
Okay.
which is bad news. Hey, look, a rock band.
Yeah, so the rock bands are weird because
So you keep saying.
well, is like the thing about it more like
If some wanderer leaving home.
like the idea of like the culture of a country, making it more attractive to like. I get that, I guess, but like because rock music at least began as a countercultural thing,
Mm-hmm.
it's weird that it is taken as
It's weird that it's exactly the opposite here.
reflecting the hegemonic values of
Yeah. Yeah, there's really no idea of culture in this game. They use the word culture to represent a resource and some vague ideas around the resource, but the thing that resource and the vague ideas around it represent is almost exactly the opposite of culture, right?
Yeah, it's a very. I mean, I'm gonna say it. It's a very capitalist idea of culture, of art, of. It's all about utility, and it's.
Yeah.
Oof.
So we are gonna have to make some changes here. I don't really know what I want to do with all of our envoys, because we certainly have some envoys. I mean, we can just pump these up, and like we should have at least 6 envoys with Mexico City, so that we're getting the bonus to production in places where we have power plants. I guess technically it's worth getting bonus science in our research labs. I don't know. Honestly, we don't even have research labs in very many places. Here, we'll do that. Just unlock some more bonuses. I have new concerns to bring to the World Congress's attention in a special session. We must restore the independence of Singapore. Well, Menelik right now has no diplomatic favor, so he will have a hard time voting against this.
Yeah.
This will cost me 30 to enact, which is going to hurt a little bit in terms of buying diplomatic victory points. But yeah, let's bring this before the world. Let's see if we can. Basically, what I really want is to see if we can get Wilfred or Eleanor to declare war on Menelik. Just make our lives a little bit easier, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, that's kind of what I was afraid of.
I'll be back.
Yep.
No, put the no.
This is not attributed to anyone. This did not occur because culture is not real. We have unlocked the giant death robot. A uranium-based death robot with a melee strength of 130, a range strength of 120 at range 3, which is bigger than everybody else's range, and also further technologies that we research. The more stuff we research in the future, the more capabilities the death robot will gain.
One day there will be no borders, no boundaries, no flags, and no countries. And the only passport will be the heart.
And to be clear, all of the political ideologies represented by the ideas put forward by this game hate this idea, do not want it to occur. Bizarre.
Yeah.
Truly bizarre. So +2 production, +5 gold from all trade routes obviously is rad. Production toward all air units and carriers is potentially pretty rad. But we definitely don't want to do things that are going to disrupt our tourism. Maybe we just leave it.
All right.
Right. Civil prestige is the thing that we would be most likely to want to replace here. +2 production from all trade routes when we're running 9 trade routes is not nothing. The gold's pretty significant as well. Yeah, I'm going to leave it for the moment. All right. So,
Go ahead.
my artillery unit is available for promotion. But we also could knock out the walls on Singapore and then run a unit around and claim Singapore. And I think that that's pretty high value to do instead of spending our turn taking them promotion, because it will eliminate some of their units when we do it. They have an army of spec ops. They created so many scout units that they had to combine them into an army. Also, continuing to build settlers. Like, there are more places to settle. Look at our mechanized infantry here. And, like, when the walls are down... Yeah, I think I might go for it because it will delete the artillery army. Then again, we probably want it to happen next turn, right? Because I want the emergency to start, and then I immediately want to get a ton of credit for doing the thing. So maybe we do want to spend a turn taking this this promotion. Can attack after moving is pretty valuable.
Yeah. So I have a question about the tech tree in this game, and I guess about future games we might be engaging with.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a static tech tree where every game you're going to have access to to all the techs, just they're all present in the game and in the same order?
So traditionally, yes. However, with Civ 6, they've started doing this thing at the end. So at the very, very end of the tech tree, just in the future era. To be clear, everything before the future era, the answer to your question is still yes. It's still static. It's still always in the same order. Everything has the same prereqs. And it is part of the reason that I kind of don't want to play a second game, because games of Civ are extremely similar. Future era techs are a little bit randomized, though. There's like a pool of techs that are shuffled somewhat randomly, and they are revealed when you have the prereqs to start researching them. So you can see here, predictive systems will give us the ability to build offshore wind farms and give us bonuses to these improvements. Advanced power cells will reduce our units' CO2 emissions and give us a particle beam siege cannon for the giant death robot. Plus 100 anti-air strength for the giant death robot on advanced AI, and so on. You know, a lot of these techs at this point are just advanced AI stuff. But I believe at least one of the space projects is shuffled randomly into this future era, so that's a thing you have to deal with if you are pushing for that science victory. I'm gonna throw Garrison Commander on here. We're still hoping to be able to take a city and then install Victor quickly and have him sort of like bolster the strength of the forward units. Hey, look, it's that fucking rock band. We're not really accomplishing a huge amount by attacking them over and over again, aside from it being funny, to be clear.
Yeah. Now, are you going to start another rock band?
Yes, I should. That's a fair point. Do I want to go grab this iron? Probably not, right? I don't actually care about iron at this point in the game. This fish is unfished. We have no fishing boats here. Let's fix that. Okay, Mashkan Shapir has finished its shipyard, and as such, we can now make aircraft carrier and destroyer sets. We can build them in fleets and armadas, and you can see we get a pretty significant discount. It's 6 turns to build 1 carrier, or 13 turns to build 3 of them on top of each other.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
We could also build a giant death robot. I mean, I know we just built the shipyard. I hear what you're saying, but have you considered? I think I'm going to produce at least 1 more armada of missile cruisers. I want to have the ability to just make the whole coastal area unsafe to be in.
Yeah.
I think that is of high value. You are honestly not that slow at making stuff, but I'm going to actually have this city train some athletes. Remember that World Games thing? Let's put a little bit of effort into that. Okay, so this is the part where we have to talk about the next level of government, because it's about time to next level of government. If we want to. We don't have to. So, corporate libertarianism. Just threw up in my mouth a little. Inherent effect, commercial hubs and encampments provide cities with plus 10% production, and accumulating resources with improvements provides plus 1 per turn. So it's very, very extractive. What is the meaning of production? Just don't think about it. It's the same thing has been the whole game, right? If you think about whether production represents productivity or extraction, the creation of wealth or the creation of goods, you're going to get all turned around. It's not going to do any good for anybody. It does lower our science output, which is kind of whatever. But note, 1 yellow slot, 5 wild slots, lots of red. We are already running 6 yellow policies, and I am loath to lose any of them, and I would love to pick up more. This gives bonus amenities in all cities. 2 culture per specialty district is a lot of culture for us at this point in the game. None of these don't come with policy cards that are related to them, unlike the other governments, which is interesting. But digital democracy lowers the combat strength of all units, which does not make a huge amount of sense. The optimization imperative seems off the table because it lowers tourism by 10%. It does give production towards city products and power in all cities. And it does allow you to have up to 8 yellow policies, which is pretty great. But I just don't think minus 10% tourism is a good idea for us at this moment.
Yeah.
So I kind of think these are all kind of whatever.
Yeah.
I don't really want... I think it would be corporate libertarianism. And that really doesn't make sense. Like, the fact that minus combat strength for your units here would impact this. Like, I'm thinking about this in terms of, like, what is it that makes sense for a culture victory? Where you're exporting culture that makes the people around the world want to be part of your civilization. Libertarianism, not, in my opinion, a philosophy that tends to represent itself well to outsiders.
Yeah. That's because it sucks shit.
Well, all right. You're not wrong, but... So if we did this versus our existing form of government, we would lose a green slot and gain some reds, basically. And we'd get 1 more point of diplomatic favor per turn and a little bit more influence per turn. Honestly, maybe we just don't. Near future governance will reveal the future era of civics for us, and maybe that's what we stick to. Okay. Special session of the World Congress will begin at the end of the turn. As we called for, stuff's getting built. We're producing that biosphere. We're still kind of building an Eiffel Tower because why not? There's definitely some cities that are going to go into trained athletes mode very shortly here. And we'll see how we're coming up on that. And for the moment, let's just move forward. So, wow, they were actually able to kill all of those units. That's frustrating. They just have too much body. All right. Wilfrid Laurier also called for a thing. He would love help recovering from a natural disaster. I mean, helping him with that does get us diplomatic points. I'm going to go ahead and say, yeah, sure, I'm into it. That would be rad.
Okay.
Generating CO2 will reduce your score. Uh-oh. Maybe not. All right, so if we press on this, killing target units, attacking target cities, and keeping units in the target's territory will all generate points for the emergency. Winners can get favor, gold per turn for their envoys. If we fail, Menelik will get these boosts. If we fail to free Singapore within the time. All members have peace, open borders, and shared visibility with each other, and all members will go to war with the target. I mean, we got to try to make it happen. He can't vote it down. I'm not going to
Yeah.
spend any favor on this, is my feeling.
Okay.
If Mansa Musa wants to throw in, he can. But
I mean-
overall, I don't think people are going to downvote this.
Yeah, and Mansamusa's already at war with them too, so
Yeah, right. He has the same interest I do in trying to draw additional bodies into the war. At least we hope so.
What a grand sight this must present in the wet season.
Okay, so we just gained vision is what's happening,
Direction.
which means something happened there. All right, that passed. Everybody was into it. Mansa Musa was really into it. Eleanor and Wilfred declined even to vote. In the aid request, everybody was, cool. All right, so the fact that they declined to vote, I think, means that they're not members of the... I think it's just me and Mansa... It's just us and Mansa Musa who are actually doing this. But it did give us vision. Oh, no, okay, everybody's a member.
Oh no, that's the Wilford.
Oh, that is the Wilfred
All
Laurier
right,
thing.
thing.
You're right. That's the other thing. Yeah, it is just us and Mansa Musa. Okay. Once again, trying to not spend time reading the whole UI. Maybe not, 100% ideal as a plan. Well, this is a real shame, because now we just have to bounce. I was going to harass Guelph more, but now... Hold on. If they're going to put stuff in the water, these are, they're modern units in transport ships. It does make you want to turn some of my destroyers around. At the very least, we did a lot of damage to their to their units. All right, yeah, we got to get in the water too. So what is the bonus you are providing is 5 combat strength and 1 movement to modern and atomic era naval units within 2 tiles, which is a description of all of our naval units. So the bonus movement is something. But I do kind of want I want the Admiral around to, run the bonus combat strength on these units. So you have a combat range of 3. We can chip away at the walls until our other ships get here, but it's a little... Yeah, it's really hard to do damage to cities without actual siege damage. So maybe the whole formation actually heads down here to bring in the artillery.
Okay.
And we harass these dudes. Also, here comes some of that modern armor. All right, and for the most part, we're doing the things we need doing over here. We have so many notifications. Yep, units were destroyed. Okay, the hurricane petered out before it hit the shore. That's good news. Coastal flooding is occurring. We're losing shore. All right, wars declared. Historic moment because we saw Uluru thanks to getting vision. Yeah, okay. Governor Moksha has returned to service. Well, ain't that grand. Hey, Moksha. Let's assign you to Babylon. So you can generate some Holy City strength. And then we have our we have Amani loose as well, and I don't really know what to do with her. She's not accomplishing very much right now. Yeah, I mean, I guess she should go in a city-state somewhere, I suppose. I guess Hunza.
Okay.
I would like to maintain control of Hunza. But we also have a ton of loose delegates. Like, it's not really a concern. Ugh, Mansa Musa is... Or not Mansa Musa. Menelik is just going to be... He's a very annoying conqueror here. It turns out it's difficult to establish a beachhead on an unfriendly continent. Oh, right, the rock bands. Okay, they do have planes. Yeah, okay, you're denouncing us. That's fine. I'm a little...
You're a little what?
Meteor showers on our borders.
You're a little meteor shower on our borders.
That's true. That's absolutely the case. Their fighters are doing an awful lot of damage to our ships.
Mm-hmm.
Which is, I think, a little ridiculous given the relative combat strength of those units, but fine. What is the range of a base fighter? So I don't want to lose this artillery army. We need to get to friendly territory up here. Nanmadal does not own any sea tiles, which is a little annoying. This is interesting. Canadian Infantry Corps headed across the ocean. He's going to try to found another city, and that's really not going to work out for him.
No. Bless his heart.
Okay. This trader... I don't know what this trader was doing. I don't think it super matters, probably. Let's just take one of the trade routes that generates eight industry and keep moving. Getting rid of that rock band. So at this point, he shouldn't have vision of us anymore. We're far enough from the coast. That's my hope, is that we will just move in the dark and reemerge elsewhere. What is the anti-air strength of a missile cruiser? It doesn't actually say. So we have stronger fighters than they do. Maybe we do want to make some aircraft carriers, honestly. It wasn't the way I was thinking of doing this, especially because I believe our bomber tech is lagging behind, right? Isn't our bomber tech gonna... Oh, we can build biplanes. Hold on now. Didn't we need to build biplanes? And I thought we had missed our opportunity. Yeah, building 2 biplanes gets us relatively modern bombers, which might actually be useful. And we had managed to get the next level of fighter tech, but the level of bomber tech beyond that is a thing that we can't cheat as easily. Okay, so I need to build 2 biplanes, actually, to unlock modern technologies.
Sure, that makes sense.
This is a little bit of a weird kludge because of some of the goofy things about our civilization. Where, like, we kind of can't research things the normal way.
Yeah, but also if someone this isn't how technology works.
Well, we know that.
People don't independently come up with biplanes in order to come up with other things.
All right, so there's rock bands hitting the shore from abso-fucking-lutely everywhere. Very annoying stuff. The climate's just getting worse and worse. And through it all, even with all the rock band shit going on, we are still not just in front, but I believe gaining distance.
Okay.
He can rock a band much more effectively than we can, and especially because of the infinite amount of free resources that the AI gets on these higher difficulties, he can really pound out these purchased units. But our just turn over turn flood from our themed museums and all of our bonuses is overwhelming. The stuff he's spending all of his resources on.
Yeah, and also like our rock bands don't stick around that long, but then they're more influential. They're like a musician's musician. That's the way I'm choosing to.
Yeah, they're like the Velvet Underground. You know, they only play one show, but everybody who sees that show goes on to start their own rock band.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, nuclear elephant, love it. Performs as a 2 levels more experienced on theater squares. You have theater squares, right? Yes, okay, good. That would be glam rock, because museums and glam rock go together like.
Sure.
I just wish they cared a little bit about the meanings of the words that they use. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I get that you can't represent Whitesnake within the rules of Civ 6, but just care a little bit.
Well, yeah, I mean, and that's like a primary complaint for me. Yeah, it's the whole history modeling thing, and I understand this isn't what it's trying to do, etc., etc.
Yeah.
But words do mean things, and so like, if just don't use those words. That's not what they're not using them for what they mean.
It does feel like you could just use different words, yeah. I wish the missile cruisers were better at defending people from airstrikes. We might go in and pillage their water park here for some health next turn, since that is a thing that can be done.
I know we had to retreat there, but do you think we're on track to free Singapore in
Fuck if I know. We're gonna send a spy over to Singapore.
27 turns or something?
And we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Okay.
All right, you are going to train some athletes. This missile cruiser Armada is going to just wait here for a turn in a defensive position. Heavy rains along the Ganale Doria River could have been a major problem, but the Great Bath was in place to control the rising waters. Cool. I don't think I needed that notification. So, really quickly, since we now have vision of Mansa Musa's stuff, let's just have a look. He's got mechanized infantry corps going. He's got some kind of just like loose support units, not really attached to anything. He's got anti-tank crews and artilleries, mechanized infantry army, anti-tank army. So he's in the right tech tier.
Yeah.
He's got units over in Mogadishu. A thing we could have done, by the way, and it didn't come up because Singapore didn't have much of an army to start with, so I didn't bother. We could have borrowed their army, right? We could have paid them the money to
Okay.
What's it called? There's a term for it.
Mercenaries?
No, levy, to levy their military. I didn't bother. Is a machine gun even? I don't know what you're.
It's better than a shield. It's better than a field cannon.
Sure, but it's not like a modern unit, right? What's it cost to buy a biplane? 1460. I'm trying to just like rush us along here. What does it cost to buy? Okay, it would be 4K to buy an armada of aircraft carriers. All right. Interesting. I almost want to buy the biplane so we can get those modern bombers going a little earlier.
That makes sense.
But we're pretty far from being able to use them. Out of curiosity, a giant death robot's only 5,000 gold. I do kind of want a giant death robot. I'm just going to hold off. Buying the biplane wouldn't do anything right now. When the other biplane completes, we can consider that. But I think I'm actually saving a little bit. Because in 10 turns, we could just buy a giant death robot. And that would have an effect on the war, let me tell you something. Okay, Rihat has knowledge of the inner workings of Addis Ababa and will be able to perform spy duties in a more effective fashion there. I don't have enough movement to pillage this. All right, well, we'll hang out nearby for a turn. You're headed up toward Nan Madal. You're gonna grab this nerd, just send him back home. You're gonna sit in position here. Okay. Singapore. I'm hoping if we can drive his troops north, we can still make it back to Singapore and do some stuff. So, Addis Ababa. What I was kind of thinking is that we would try to recruit partisans. I did not realize, even with
Oh yeah.
sources active and our mission success rates boosted, that this would be such a low chance to work. So instead, maybe we try to steal some tech. Reducing his loyalty by 20% on a city in the middle of his empire is going to do actually nothing. But stealing a tech boost is the same thing as stealing the entire technology for us. So, nuclear elephant rides on. Let's get another rock band going. So we can't build a biplane here. We don't have that thing. I mean, I don't know. If we convert to coal power, we're already out of coal. I don't want to increase the load on our coal anymore. Building an aircraft carrier armada is not actually that much faster than just building a giant death robot. Consumes 3 uranium per turn, which is our total uranium income. We only have the one source. And that's not going to change anytime soon, I don't believe, so...
But it will be a giant death robot.
Well, what I'm saying is if we're thinking about buying one in 10 turns, I don't want to start a 23-turn construction of one, because we can only actually afford to run one at a time anyway.
Okay.
So, what do I want to build down here?
And to be clear, you can't build a giant death robot with faith.
No. We don't purchase military units with faith. We,
That's an interesting choice, historically.
Well, I mean, that's a thing you can make your religion do.
Okay.
This city's like all right at production. I think for right now, I'm gonna have a couple of my cities complete one round of training athletes. We'll see where that puts us for the World Games, because I wouldn't hate that diplomatic victory point, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know exactly how much value we're going to get out of a completion of the train athletes project. So yeah, we're holding off on spending money for a bit. That rock band is going to keep trying to cross here. Okay. New rock band runs up to the river and takes its promotion. Performs as if one level more experienced on wonders. Can perform in national parks and natural wonders. You have a natural wonder up here somewhere, don't you? Mount Kilimanjaro. We can perform adjacent to it, probably. Let's find out. The band Young Genius. Okay. Getting up here. So they have an airfield right there. I'm a little worried about that. We're going to pillage this for supplies. I'm going to send the rock band home again. You have 1 point of movement left. I do kind of want to just back up. Like the city's ranged attack is a 2-tile range.
Mm.
So I kind of want to just like hover just outside of their range. We have a 3-tile range on this attack, and while it doesn't do very much damage, it is annoying. One thing we can certainly do is be annoying. All right, we're going to try to make landfall up here. There's currently nothing in their aerodrome. That's good to know. But we also know they have ships, and that means they can easily... So the thing about planes is they reposition very effectively. Okay, so it looks like each completion of train athletes gives us 50 points toward the event.
Okay.
So we're probably good.
Yeah,
Like
I would
with
think.
all the ones we're currently doing. I'm gonna build an archaeologist over here. So many rock bands. I think we can't afford to buy another one yet, right? Yeah, our next one's gonna be at 1,000. The amount of faith that he has to be outputting per turn in order to have 17 rock bands running around like this is truly bizarre. But yeah, you can see the gap between us is growing, not shrinking, even as he is playing his rock shows. All right, we got a free military unit. Okay, it was this. That meteor fall, we turned it into a modern armor somehow. All right, well, we'll send that across. That'll be useful. We had another meteor fall down here somewhere, didn't we? Did we deal with that already?
Remember the one meteor fall? There was going to be a hurricane down there, but it petered out.
No, the meteor fall would have been like an episode ago.
Oh, I
Which,
don't
to be
remember.
clear, was not recorded. Yeah, it's been a couple of days. Yeah, I don't remember either. All right, well, I see a rock band for you to hunt. Go have fun with that. Okay, 4 turns until we have another missile cruiser armada out. We're doing stuff. It just feels like we're not. And like I said, Civ. Like I said, slowly but surely. I mean, you're going to see this is not a Civ thing. This is the genre thing. Most critically, it's important to remember we are most critically, we're winning the game. Every time we press end turn, we are winning the game a little bit more. Okay, so you guys run some fighters over to harass us. Let's get you on land. Step you forward and then back out. That guy never, ever, ever gets to cross. It's just not going to happen. Put our modern armor up here. You just hang out. These destroyer armadas are as much providing like targeting baffles, gives the opponent the opportunity to make the wrong call with their targeting, as anything else at this moment. Okay, so this is the band that wants to perform on the theater square. Only a 26% chance this will be their final gig.
I believe in us.
Boy, all rock bands sure are the literally exact same. Unit lost. 2,000 tourism generated. Sure.
It's very funny. I do appreciate that. I appreciate the kind of storytelling you get with the texture of a game, with the kind of stuff that's out of your control.
Mm-hmm. City
Except
gains
my,
an additional range strike per turn. City military units trained in this city start with a free promotion. Neat. I guess, given where he is, actually, let's reassign him. Because Dermudi legitimately might produce units. We just had him in a place because it doesn't make sense not to have him in a place. But
Yeah.
he could be in a more useful place. All right, what about a small amount of additional gold? All right, so we finished near future governance, which gave us some stuff, and it has shown us the next set of tax. Carbon recapture can be run in any city with an industrial zone. When complete, the lifetime carbon emissions of this civilization are reduced by 50, and 30 diplomatic favor are earned from the bragging, I assume. This project can reduce your carbon debt to 0 and allow you to accumulate reductions against the global CO2 footprint. And gain a diplomatic victory point. And then there are some... Ooh, cities with a spaceport gain +3 aluminum per turn. That's pretty interesting. Tourism from other players is reduced versus your civilization. Not such a big deal, I think. I mean, obviously we want global warming
Yeah.
mitigation, but
Yeah, that seems like the obvious one.
I think we want to go smart power doctrine first, because this is going to reveal something by itself, and that thing reveals the other thing by
Okay.
itself. I want to see what else is out there. And honestly, +4 diplomatic favor per turn and global coalition once we have a beachhead, I think are both things that we might actually run. Now notice, the atomic era is about to end, and we are not actually even at a normal era yet. We need 4 points. One thing that has happened is that some of the types of great people have run out. We're still producing a lot of points of great people, but actually no, nothing's run out yet. They do run out. I was expecting them to have run out, but I guess I have traditionally maybe played games with a larger number of players. So okay, we're still building toward great people. That's the thing that we will get Civ points for. We've almost finished the Biosphere Wonder. That's something we'll get points for. If we can actually take a city, that would be pretty useful.
Yeah.
Now that our artillery is in place, we might be able to make something happen here. Provided our artillery doesn't just get cooked. Okay, yes, they are attacking the ships. Beautiful. You want to give me some great works in exchange for some shit I don't need. We're still massively positive on oil production. I will accept your deal. Thanks, friend. Okay, a moderate flood, no damage, 1 tile fertilized, pretty rad. 9 turns into the end of the year.
Ethiopia has switched their government.
The biplane of this is our first flying unit, so 3 era score. We built a biplane.
Right.
By the way, we built a biplane, and it feels like, gosh, that's such a hilariously out of date unit. It is 1830. Just so we're all clear on what's going on here, as I plan to convert uranium into a giant death robot. Yeah, just build the other biplane the old-fashioned way. Send the rock band back home. They're not allowed to perform. Our modern armor is not quite up to the task of fighting this guy, sadly. But we can just dig in and make it hard for him to attack us. They still haven't moved anything to the aerodrome proper. We can continue to annoy. And we have our artillery here, proper artillery, to take a somewhat larger chunk off the walls, although not a huge amount. And I feel like a modern armor fortified against the attack of a damaged tank army with a great general, who is actually providing combat strength bonus. Like that, we should be okay. Nan Madal is shooting at this guy as well. That's how he got injured in the first place.
Okay.
So, the biplane is absolutely just not doing anything. I do not have orders for this biplane. You're going to hang out and continue to draw fire from our enemies to keep it off of the actually important units. And next turn we get another rock band. This rock band is just continuing to travel. Wait, this is a wonder, right? Yeah. I was running all the way over to the bridge, but we can play a show here. Okay, athletes are getting trained with great efficiency. Cities that have higher industry output train athletes more effectively. Because that's how that makes sense. Mali has pillaged something with their anti-tank crew. Okay, a moderate flood that doesn't seem to have had too much mechanical effect. Once again, we tell you to fuck off. They either ran or, I don't know what happened, but we did not take any further damage. Our missile cruiser armada is going to take, I think, bombardment. We're going to roll up our combat strength against district defenses, make this a little bit scarier as an attacker.
Okay.
And I don't feel too bad about missing out on a turn of its shooting because it's not really doing all that much damage anyway. It's mostly there to generate an oppressive atmosphere. Okay. So at this point, we are massively in the lead at the World Games. We don't need to do any more train athletes. I think we're going to win that for sure.
Okay.
We will check on it again later, though, in case somebody else has done the same thing we did. I don't know that we need an aircraft carrier. So, like, the benefit of an aircraft carrier armada is higher strength for the melee units, or for higher melee strength if somebody does boat-to-boat combat. But it doesn't actually increase the amount of aircraft it can carry. So I'm just going to build one, because that's really all we need. I'm going to have you do a quick send aid. Just get some points on that competition as well, because all of these things are worth figuring out. And wow, what an incredible coincidence! All of the rock bands are exactly one tile away from being capturable. That's crazy. And definitely, totally what's happening. Okay, we continue to attack. I should be remembering to have our great works created here. Slowly they fill the museums. Can we probably can't retheme anything just yet, right? So we have a couple of landscapes, a couple of portraits. I mean, ideally, we'd like to pick up one more art museum, right? Because it's easiest to theme them in threes. But I think we might have to build another city for that. It's also kind of unnecessary busy work because, like I said, we are absolutely winning. Although 122 turns is a terrifying number. That number is going to go down. We're continuing to gain rate as well. What do you think, Amabel? 50-50?
Yeah.
Yeah?
They're gonna disband.
Okay, yeah, I think you're right. I think you're probably right. They didn't.
Oh wow.
The best part about tonight's show is going to be 6 months from now when everyone says they're a fan, and I can be like, yeah, but I liked them before they got popular. Cool. Tourism generated. Albums sold. They will go and play some more wonders. That's cool. It's cool that we get to do more than one show per band. That's neat. They're not very efficient at generating tourism if you only get one show out of them. Oh, this brought helicopters over. We killed an Ethiopian fighter. We killed. Yeah, they're using aircraft
under our feet, as well as over our heads.
They're using aircraft to attack our boats, but their aircraft are getting munched up pretty badly. And they're doing good damage, and it is difficult for us to counter or stop them.
Yeah.
But also, it's expensive in terms of time and resources for them to keep doing this. All right. You get your slightly better against cities ranged attack. You know, honestly, that is a meaningful difference.
Yeah.
We will continue to harass. And yeah, our ships really aren't taking that much damage. Our city's border color looks a lot like the edge of the movement radius, and so I was getting a little confused with that unit, which thing was which. Yeah, I guess gold. Gold is good. I was really hoping for more tourism boosting stuff, but whatever. We'll get gold from their shows. That's something. We'll use it to buy robots. All right, here we go. Another rock concert at a different world wonder. Thankfully, our ally has constructed a lot of wonders of the world for us to do this to. Oh shit, we leveled up. A second-tier performance. The last note of the final triumphant song resounds and merges with the screams and cheers of the crowd. Everyone heads home happy, humming the band's best tunes. You know, I have not been to a rock concert, a concert of any kind. I guess I shouldn't specify. Why would I specify? I haven't been to a concert in fucking forever. I don't know if I can even remember.
So I have been to 3 concerts in my lifetime.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I was dragged to a Green Day concert. That was during the Dookie. Was it called Dookie?
Mm-hmm.
It was during that tour. And then I won free tickets to a Journey concert in like 2002, 2003.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty lame because it's just Journey is like, a Ship of Theseus kind of band where like
Yeah.
the frontman's different now and everything. And then I saw Air Supply.
Okay. We don't have a monument in our capital. Just never built one.
The Air Supply concert was really interesting because they definitely have fallen on. I won't say fallen on hard times. They play a lot of stadiums like in Asia, but in the U.S. they play like showrooms and restaurants. That's how I saw them.
Oh, okay.
And they'd come out with guitars and serenade couples. And that's not necessarily what you think you're going to be doing 30 years down the line when you start a rock duo. But
Sure. So let's see here. In 2 turns, we're going to have access to modern bombers. Oh wait, does this city can't produce? Let me build an aerodrome for a Mashkan ship here. It currently can't produce. Well, would I rather just produce ships here? We have aerodromes nearby. Malgium can produce ships or can produce planes. The problem is we don't have access to, like, what I would like to be doing right now is building like a siege weapon, something specifically for targeting city walls. And we don't have siege ships. We don't have siege planes. And what is my current ground siege unit is still the artillery. This is not really like the way I want to be doing things.
yeah.
We could just build a settler and found like a garbage city up here just so we can put down a theater square.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What does the supply convoy do in this game?
Okay, so a supply convoy is a support class unit. That's what the diamond icon means. Increases healing for adjacent units, gives units a bonus movement. And because they're a supply type unit, they can be in the same tile as a military type unit.
Okay.
It's a lot like the drone, right? Where the drone is just a thing you attach to something and then... I don't use them all that much, and I don't think it's because they're bad. It's because I just can't be bothered, if I'm honest. Like,
No, that makes sense.
there's a lot going on, and I don't care that much about this war. We're going to win it, but, like, you know.
Yeah, and I didn't see anything.
I'm also
in the
focusing on
game.
other things. It's just... Eleanor has a spy that is just neutralizing Moksha over and over again and always getting away with it.
Economical, but oh my, what fun we've lost, and what
I'm getting less interested in listening to the quotes. I just I don't get her obsession with fucking with my religion at this point in the game. You know, she's approximately nowhere on like victory conditions. But she sure is going to spitefully hold me down in whatever way she can.
Yeah, she just has never been chill this whole game.
All right. So I was hoping to get a little bit of information down here, and we have indeed done that. Singapore, they've left no defenses. It's interesting. I'm going to use it as a listening post for the moment. Just going to gain diplomatic visibility to his stuff. Going to continue to run units over here. You want to go to another great wonder of the world to perform a show, perhaps the Temple of Artemis. You just perform anywhere. Okay. So we got our biplanes. We can immediately upgrade them to jet fighters. I don't super care about that. Obviously, the thing I care about is now that we can make bombers, making bombers. This city's at full capacity for aircraft. We built aerodromes somewhere else, didn't we? I don't actually want these biplanes. We built them for a purpose, and now that purpose is over. Maybe I didn't actually build an aerodrome. I must have.
You can't cache things in, like just.
I mean, I can delete them.
Did you get anything for that, or they're just removed?
It's a great question. No, they're just removed, I believe.
Okay.
Do you see my other airfield?
I don't.
I don't either. I thought I'd build 2 because didn't we have to build 2 for some... Ah, here it is. It's over here. What am I doing? Could you please rebase to there? And you... nope. The biplane here. Also rebase to there. So that this city can build me bombers. And we can put them on our aircraft carrier, and we can do, aircraft bombing stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to pursue this rock band. Fugitive Rock. Oh, right. Young Genius is available for a promotion. So we are just about to be able to afford that giant death robot, by the way. That's what we're headed toward. All right. Ethiopia has brought electricity to a city. This stuff doesn't matter. I don't care about this. Young Genius, you should upgrade. Performs a concert that converts the majority religion of that city to the religion founded by the player. Religious rock. You know how religious rock always works?
Oh, no.
And isn't a total joke? I mean, I almost want... Because I don't particularly need this other stuff. All right. Young Genius took a real religious turn late in their career.
Oh no, it's ICP.
I love ICP going, but actually we were always religious. Fucking no. Nobody's buying that. Come on. It was the thing we were doing the whole time. No, it wasn't. I heard Past the Axe. I'm familiar with your catalog. That's the thing, I think. They think they can get away with it because they think nobody's ever listened to their music, which is fair. Can I destroy this helicopter? I can. We'll just bring in the modern armor and knock this shit out. Trying to threaten me with that. We do actually have some units over here. Not like a lot, but All right, you guys will get upgraded to fighters, and you'll probably join the actual game at some point. But for right now, sleep. What?
Oh, the way you said sleep was very charming to me.
All right, Amabel, you ready for it?
Yeah.
I guess here in Toronto is the place where it makes sense. Well, units coming down with a... Sorry, we should buy it in Dermoody because it'll get a free promotion, right? Before, uranium was merely a curiosity of scholars. Now our giant death robot wields it as a weapon for the first time in the world. Okay, you're going to have to wait until next turn when it's out of the city to actually see it. I apologize. How are we doing on our things? We are still massively in the lead on the World Games. The aid request. Okay, other people are actually earning points in the other ways. So I'm going to actually commit a couple of cities to sending a lot of aid because there's 2 diplomatic points on the line and I care about that. We're about to finish training some more athletes. Guelph is going to fall in like a turn or two. He's bolstering now with tank armies. He's trying to prevent it. He would like peace very badly. Okay. So you'll notice the city's walls are not replenishing. Cool. Our expression of smart power doctrine will define humanity's future in the future era. That's why they call it that.
Come, and is inevitably coming, when all institutions based on...
Do we want to jam in Global Coalition now?
Yeah.
Maybe. Like, maybe like, Civil Prestige, I think, is the least valuable of our yellow policies at the moment. So maybe, like, it's still good. Maybe we do this. Fighting in or adjacent to their home territory. This is friendly territory. Because this will buff the combat strength of our units in the borders of this city, and then, like, this will actually help. We successfully acquired stealth technology, and our agent got out and everything. Rad.
First time for everything.
Yeah, right? So actually, we did end up getting a hold of the good bombers. We spent all that time building biplanes, then we just got stealth technology anyway.
Well, the Bellplane's got some error scores, so...
Yeah. They are simply never allowed. All right, let us do some more wall damage here. You're going to step down in front of this guy. And actually, maybe, do we just want to core up? So right now, this modern armor is actually a little bit lower strength. Yeah, let's... No, sorry, I want to do this in the other direction. I want you to core this way. In friendly territory. All right, now this stack is at least as strong as any of their stacks. We're going to continue hammering the city. And actually, is this the turn where we make the melee attack? I think it is. This destroyer armada rolls in and just captures Guelph. All right. Another poor decision has become your good fortune. You have captured a unit from Ethiopia. I expect we will not get to hold on to it for very long, but this is where we reassign our man to Guelph. Because he is the guy who's intended to be used this way, he reassigns more quickly. I forgot this was originally a Canadian city. Right, I'm gonna keep it for the moment, but we are allowed to pass it off if we want. We're going to use its defenses immediately. And all of a sudden, things have gotten much, much, much worse for this dude. It is hard to put into words how bad it is for us to have this this thing here. So cultural hegemony sounds like our deal. Rock bands can choose from any possible promotion. I mean, this is okay, I suppose. I'm gonna take it because I want to see what the last one is.
Yeah.
I don't know if the last one is like necessarily great. I would like for it to be necessarily great. You actually get to step into friendly territory and heal up now. All right, our spy. Spies in home territory, enemy spies in your land operated. Ooh, powerful counter spying technology here. I guess we'll take license to kill, and then maybe we'll
polygraph. That's not.
Yeah, no, it's nonsense. It's hot nonsense. So here's our giant death robot. Nope. Hey, hold on now.
No, I want to zoom it. Oh, what a cutie!
Pretty good. It is pretty good. We're going to use it to do horrible things. Young genius gets to perform only a 37% chance they'll retire this time. All right, 5,000 tourism generated, 100 albums sold, and they didn't retire. And they're feeling up for movement. Here's a wonder. Oh no, this is Descartes. Descartes can just perform anywhere. It doesn't matter. You know, most bands they don't make it, I suppose. Like these ones. But 2,000 tourism generated is 1,000 gold. Or it's 500 gold? It was some amount of gold. It was, I don't remember what the percentage was already. And it's no longer in front of me. My object permanence for numbers is very poor. We don't really need you, I think, to do much other than send aid points. I think that's probably true over here as well. Is your... Okay, your theater square is actually finished. You're definitely send aid. Here, I would love to repair the outer defenses. So, this is how you get your wall strength back in a city. The walls don't heal up naturally. This is the thing I was about to explain, and then I got cut off by my ADHD. You can only repair the defenses of the city if the city hasn't taken any damage recently, as you can see there. Mm-hmm. You can prevent a city from healing naturally by properly sieging it, which requires you to place a unit or a unit zone of control on each of the 6 spaces around the city.
That makes sense. It's a pretty standard kind of thing.
It is not a thing that matters a huge amount in late game wars, because generally the damage gets dealt, slowly, safely from a distance and then all at once, the way we did here. Mm-hmm. But it matters a lot in earlier wars where you don't have massive artillery cannons and so on.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Okay. Toronto needs more housing. That's true. So, we are absolutely crushing the World Games. I don't expect anybody to really push past us on this, so we're going to get some points and stuff, but that's still 13 turns away. We are putting in effort to come up on this, and hopefully we'll see. So there's a fair number of diplomatic victory points coming up in the next 18 turns, because there's a World Congress session, the World Games, and the aid request all ending around the same time. And it's possible the game will just end right there.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, we now have a foothold, and we're going to start making progress here. Looks like our ally is not making a huge amount of progress, but he's not like exhausted. At least he's got units. They're fighting. Stuff is happening. He has so many mountain tunnels. Look at all the mountain tunnels he's built. Weird. Anyway, I think that's and of course, the giant death robot is on its way. This war is about to get really, really ugly for them. I think with that, we can call it there for today. This was good progress. Amabel, yeah. How you feeling about the game?
I'm feeling like I don't know. It certainly is continuing.
That's absolutely fair. Literally correct. So thank you all so much for watching. When you come back next time, we're gonna see about these diplomatic victory points, and we'll see you then.